Hello from the kitchen. Again, it is Christmas Eve and I'm currently working on a batch of gluten-free cinnamon rolls. I volunteered to make Christmas breakfast tomorrow and this is what I'm whipping up. I'm not like 100% sure my yeast is any good, but I'm trying anyways, and the worst that can happen is we have flat cinnamon rolls. The recipe I'm using is really strange because it calls for vanilla in the instructions. Oh, and I guess it does say a pinch of sea salt at the end, but it blends in. But then I don't see where to add the vanilla in the like written out instructions. So honestly, I have no idea how these are going to turn out. Like, this is a really weird recipe. I am adding the vanilla in now, even though it doesn't say to. Okay, this recipe says the dough is supposed to be sticky. It's sticky, and I'm supposed to put a warm towel over top, put it in a warm place to hopefully rise. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I now leave it an hour and a half as I make the filling. Hopefully it doubles in size, although I really have my doubts. Today has actually been a really fun Christmas Eve. I went to a Moravian love feast, which is a Christmas service held by the Moravian church. I am not Moravian, but it's a family tradition. They serve you either hot cider or slightly sweetened coffee along with like some sort of bun. So other places it's been like sweet buns. It just really depends on the church that you're going to. This one had like savory buns that tasted like citrusy with black pepper. It was in this beautiful old church with like beautiful colonial America architecture. I got a few shots of that, which I will put here. It was stunning. It had this gorgeous old organ. It had the Moravian star, which is this 27-point star that Moravians use as like their symbol. So that was really cool to see and really cool to be a part of. They talked a lot about the traditions of the love feast, which started in the 1700s in America, and Moravians came from Germany. It's a type of Christian, like a denomination of Christian. And then it was game night. We had a charcuterie board and wassail, which is like a spiced, kind of like a cider, not quite, a spiced hot beverage. Today it was like so warm outside, so it doesn't really feel like Christmas, but doing all the Christmas traditions and the celebrating makes it feel like it's finally here, which means that New Year's is right around the corner. I think that is done, and I'm going to check on if it's actually rising or not. I don't know if that looks risen at all. I'm going to heat this towel up. I think I need to put it in like a warm place, and I don't have a warm place right now. Gonna have to get creative. This is my solution. Turning on the stovetop just for a few minutes with nothing on it to get it warm, with the bowl next to it, and microwaving this towel, and hopefully the combination will create a warm enough environment for this yeast to activate and this dough to rise. Or else we are going to have flat cinnamon rolls. Flat. Shoot. Why does it smell like that? Okay, apparently you can microwave towels. However, there is a risk when you get to like 3 or 4 minutes. I only microwave that towel for 30 seconds, so maybe I won't do that anymore. And I am going to have to find another way to heat this dough up. Gently warm the dough, not heat it up. It's not time to bake it. It's just time for it to rise. So this Moravian church service was really interesting, like just steeped in tradition. And at the end, they passed out candles and we all lit them. We sang Joy to the World and lift the candle up at the very end. It's a really beautiful thing to be able to be a part of and to be able to see, and a really fun Christmas tradition, even though I'm not Moravian. And I volunteered to make this breakfast. Unlike my pavlova, everyone is looking forward to these cinnamon rolls, these gluten-free cinnamon rolls. I'm using a recipe that is for gluten-free cinnamon rolls and like non-dairy, but I'm just using dairy stuff because I don't care about that. Part of me thinks I should have just used a normal cinnamon roll recipe and then used like cup for cup flour, which is the flour that I used anyways. I am really nervous that these are not going to turn out, but I didn't even put on a timer. All right, step 1, timer. We'll do 1 hour. Totally checking it before that. Okay, so my inside is done for the cinnamon rolls. My cinnamon rolls are hopefully rising, and my recipe does not have a recipe for cream cheese icing. I am still jet lagged from Asia, and I don't want to wake up early to make cream cheese icing, so I think I should just really knock that out right now while I have the time, and I wait hopefully an hour for these. The dough is supposed to double in size. I'm sort of making a bet with myself, like, do I actually think it's going to double in size? At this point, I don't think it will. I'm looking up recipes. Honestly, the food bloggers who don't have a jump to recipe button and then spam me with 500 ads when I click on their page, so much so that I can't even find the recipe, have really been on my nerves the last week of baking. Okay, this one has a jump to recipe button. Butter, cream cheese, vanilla, salt, sugar. I haven't made cream cheese icing for cinnamon rolls in a while, so I am going to compare to another pull: cream cheese, butter, powdered sugar, heavy cream. And then you go to press X on the page and they like send you their sign up for my newsletter with your email. Okay, so this one, butter, cream cheese, vanilla, salt, sugar. This one, okay, so I'm going to put vanilla in it whether the recipe calls for it or not, because a little vanilla, not a lot, just a little vanilla, I really like the flavor. I feel like it tames the cream cheese a little bit. More food bloggers sending me pop-up ads. 5th try. Okay, I found this recipe. It's with a cinnamon roll recipe that I did not use, but their icing recipe looks good. Ah, I should have used brown sugar on the inside, and I used raw sugar. Because this other recipe that I used was using coconut sugar, and it should have been brown sugar. Things I've learned in the past 20 minutes. Do not use a dairy-free, gluten-free recipe for cinnamon rolls. If you're not dairy-free and the only thing you're changing about a gluten-free recipe is that you're using cup-for-cup substitute flour. Regardless of how these turn out, today has been a beautiful Christmas Eve, and I still have a few presents to sneak under the tree. People are coming tomorrow and they're bringing more presents, so I know it's not like a final arrangement, but I'm going to sneak up there later when I am done with this, however long this takes. And I'm going to put my last presents under the tree. Gotta taste it. That is actually amazing. It doesn't taste overpoweringly sweet. You can still taste the cream cheese. The vanilla is there, but it's not like super strong. That's a really good cream cheese icing. These cinnamon rolls better turn out. I think it's risen like a little bit. I'm gonna turn these ovens on and make it a little bit more hot. I think it has risen a little bit, and it's been okay. It's only been about 20 minutes, so I've still got like an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to go. In the meantime, I'm going to stick this in the fridge. Nothing is better for a busy day like Christmas than preparation. It's definitely grown in size. So my turning on the burner to make this area warm solution is a solution. I still have like a long time to go until this is even close to being ready, so I'm going to go do some yoga and I'm going to come back and worry about this later. Looks about double. I'll take it. Alright, I don't know how those are going to turn out, but whatever. I tried. Putting them in the fridge overnight is supposed to keep them from overproofing. Hopefully they rise a little bit because that dough was really sticky and like did not hold shape. Now I have snuck over to the Christmas tree and I have my last few little presents that I am putting under. Technically it's after midnight, so it's already Christmas. Well, there are creatures stirring in this house on Christmas Eve. Hopefully no mice though. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Fingers crossed that my cinnamon rolls turn out good. I will see you in the next one. Merry Christmas.